Welcome to Strawberry's Gamer Society. I am Strawberry and we are live. Yes, IRL live in the kitchen. Look at that. We've got everything set up. We are making deviled eggs today. Yes, today is what is known in the Christian calendar as Good Friday, which is the day that Christians celebrate, remember, memorialize. This is the day that Jesus died for our sins. And then on the third day, which always confused me as a kid because, like, he died on Friday and he rose from the dead on Sunday, and they say on the third day, and it's like 3 days later would be, you know, right, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but they didn't use a zero-based numbering system back then. So it's on the third day. Friday counts as the first day, Saturday is the second day, and Sunday is the third day. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess I could do that, or I could let people chat about it. I could do that. I wonder how many people will come into YouTube and tell me that I've spelled it wrong. Yeah, there we go. All right, is it live on YouTube? Let's see here. Does it appear to be live on YouTube? Hello, YouTube. Are you there? Alrighty. Well, let us begin. Oh, there we go. Live on YouTube. Yay! Hello, long arms. Good to see you over on YouTube as well. All right. So what we are doing today is we are making deviled eggs, which is kind of a tradition. The reason why eggs go with go with Easter is because of the idea of new life. Oh, 25-day streak! You didn't miss it that one day when I was really, really late due to our power being out. Congratulations, Colicash! Woohoo! Yeah. So, eggs celebrate new life, and deviled eggs are just pretty yummy. So, deviled eggs, what it is basically we are going to hard boil some eggs, and then when we've hard boiled the eggs, we are going to basically slice them up, take out the insides, and turn the insides into a yummy, yellowy, gooey mess, and then we're going to put that back in the eggs. So I am going to make 1 dozen deviled eggs today, and then I'm going to save the rest for Easter itself, because I am in charge of bringing the deviled eggs to my mom's house for Easter. It is a traditional family gathering, and sadly, oops, this egg, I just felt it. One of these eggs has a little crack on it. Okay, well, there we go. It'll be what it'll be. Now I've lost track. How many eggs? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There we go. And while the eggs are heating up, then I'm going to make an angel food cake. Because making an angel food cake is really, really easy. Like, I mean, the only thing about making an angel food cake is it really helps to have the right kind of pan. Now, for deviled eggs, you don't really need anything special. It's just the eggs, and you'll need a spoon and a fork and a knife. And you can use fancy things to squirt the egg stuff into the middle, but that's really about it. And then you need the things you absolutely need. Let me get these in focus there. Are, oops, not around, so it's straight up. You need relish and mayonnaise. These are the things you absolutely need for your deviled eggs. Well, you know, deviled eggs are a two-taste recipe. So if you don't want to use those things, you don't have to use those things. And I just realized I had intended to get the other spices out, and I didn't in advance. So let me go find, here we go, the Beau Monde. There we go. So this is a mixture of celery and onion and garlic, I think. What's it say? Ingredients: salt, dextrose, onion, celery seed, and sodium dioxide. Okay, there we go. Basically, salt, onion, and celery, and a little bit of sugar. Dextrose is a kind of sugar. So that is the Beau Monde. And then you top it all with paprika. There it is. Paprika. There we go. Paprika goes on the top. And that's all you need. And you don't really need all those things. Oh, yes, the bot got reset because I had to turn off my computer in order to move it into the kitchen. Yeah, hello. Yes, boiling the eggs is the key step. So, how do you make hard-boiled eggs? I am not going to skip any steps. So, I took the eggs out of the refrigerator about a half hour ago. You kind of want to get them close to room temperature. And the important thing about hard-boiled eggs is you want to make sure that the hard-boiled eggs are as old as possible. That makes it such that you can get the shells off easily. So I bought these eggs 3 weeks ago. I think that they say purchased by, let me see here, what does it say? Sell by March 18th is what it says. You can't read that. But yeah, sell by March 18th. And now I have got the eggs. I have now covered them with cold water, not hot water, cold water, because basically you want the eggs to warm up slowly. And so you can see like this one's just barely bobbing out of the water. That is how you want it, so that they are just barely covered by the cold water. And then I'm going to turn on the stove, and then I'm going to turn on a timer on my watch. Here we go, for 20 minutes. Let's see if you guys can see that. 20 minutes. Yes. So basically, the eggs are now going to heat up for 20 minutes. They should come to a rolling boil. Yeah. Oh, okay. When I step away, I get quiet. Thank you, Long Arms, for letting me know. And paprika is the only flavor? Oh, interesting. Yeah. All right. 1:30. I'll see if I'm up by then. Yeah. Okay. No, I was not planning to include the egg temperature thing, Long Arms, because we don't really need it. So, yes, I guess I could. So, this is a gimmicky thing that my in-laws gave me for Christmas a number of years ago. And, yeah. Well, cold caps, this one is so easy. I'm pretty sure you could do it. The main thing about this is you have to set a timer so that you don't forget that you are making hard-boiled eggs. I have, let's see here. Should I admit to doing this? Yes, sure. Why not? I will admit to doing this. One time I started the hard-boiled eggs, and then I went into my computer to go check something on my computer, and I was planning to come right back to the kitchen. And like 45 minutes later, maybe even an hour and a half later, I heard this loud pop, like an explosion from the kitchen. And what had happened is I had boiled away all of the water, and all the water boiled away, and then the egg inside the pan just exploded. And then they started burning, and, you know, it made smoke in the kitchen, and I had to open the windows and turn on the fan, and yeah, and then the smoke alarm went off, and it woke up Long Arms, and then I was really embarrassed. So, you know, everybody makes mistakes sometimes. But yeah, that's the main part. Don't forget what you're doing in the middle of it. Yeah, alrighty. Oh, and hello to Darren Shaw. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Oh, I know. Haha, 67. Let me guess, you're in middle school.
Make good
Hello.
choices.
So this is something that even somebody in middle school can learn how to do. Yeah. Oh, 10 push-ups, 10 squats. All right, let's do it. And after I do those, I am going to make an angel food cake. So while this is boiling, I am going to make an angel food cake. Hey, Eclipse, hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay, here we go. 10 push-ups. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for keeping your streamer strong. Let's go. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, I really do push-ups. All right, so while these are boiling, I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. And if all goes according to plan, I am not gonna knock the mic while I move this into place.
Well, now we know she is not faking the exercises.
Yes, that is true. I've also got one, I have one live stream, I think, from the airport where I did squats in the airport. I did not do push-ups in the airport because I didn't want to get my hands dirty. All right, so angel food cake.
I love the exercises.
The exorcises, I love it too. Yes, and as you can see from the title, which Longarms pointed out earlier, I can't spell either. But there's something about text-to-speech that just really brings it out. Okay, so this writes it up? Yes. All right, so this is angel food cake mix. Angel food cake is just about the easiest kind of cake you can make. Yeah. All right, so the instructions. Move the oven rack to the lowest position if using angel food pan.
The pronunciation LOL exercises.
Or middle position if using loaf pans. Heat oven to 350 for aluminum pan and 325 for non-stick. So, my pan is this. It's known as a funnel pan, or an angel food pan, whatever. It's like this, and it's technically non-stick, so I should be preheating my oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So here we go.
Do you get that from a lamp?
325. Remove the extra rack. Okay. Oven is now preheating. Did I get that from a lamp? Oh. Xerxes? I don't know. Yeah.
Strawberry.
Oh.
Did you get that pan from the top of the lamp?
Did I get the pan from the top of the lamp? I'm not sure. Maybe is that how it looked visually to you guys? All right. So, back to making the angel food cake while this other thing is boiling. So first, you get your oven ready. Next, you beat the cake mix and water. So 1 1/3 cup water, which I happen to have. I don't know why, but my set of measuring cups, instead of coming with a 1/3, it came with a 2/3. So I'm going to use 2/3 twice, because 1 1/3 cup is like 3/3 plus 1/3 makes 4/3.
To us, when you turned it up high, it looked like the top of a lamp.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, and so I'm just going to get 2/3 cup of water twice, which makes our 4/3. And put that in here in the bowl. I don't know if you guys can hear the water, but I've got water running. 1, 2/3, 4/3. And then I have, this is a KitchenAid stand mixer. These things are the best. You can pass them on to your grandchildren. They last forever. This is a paddle for it. My in-laws gave this to me for Christmas. So normally I have like a regular paddle, but this one has a special little rubber guard on the side, which means that it scrapes the edges even better. And I don't know how it's gonna work with the angel food cake recipe. When I made whipped cream, it like splattered the whipped cream everywhere. So you might see splattering everywhere. This is gonna be the first time I've made angel food cake with this paddle. The normal paddle also works fine, but you know, I'm gonna use a fancy one that my in-laws gave me. And next, we are gonna have, okay, yes, when you're opening this, you gotta be careful. Either use scissors or like, don't pull it too open too fast. Otherwise it'll squirt everywhere. Don't ask me how I know. Step 1, put water in bowl. Okay, well I guess step 1, preheat oven. Step 2, put water in bowl. Step 3, dump angel food cake mix into bowl. Very easy. Even you guys that are in middle school can do this. Step 4, put the bowl, like kind of lock it on the base. So I put it down and I turn it sideways a quarter turn. Put the paddle onto this, and there's this little key. You kind of like push it in, and there's a spring. So you push it all the way in, turn it a quarter turn, and then it just sits like that. And now I'm gonna turn it up and let it go slowly at first as all the water gets mixed in to the cake mix. There it goes. So the official directions say, beat cake mix and water in extra large glass or metal bowl on low speed, 30 seconds. So it looks like that. Then beat on medium speed, 1 minute. Okay, we're gonna go as fast as we can without letting it leave the bowl. So basically, this is all there is to it. Like, it's just 2 ingredients, water and cake mix. And this cost like maybe $3 at the store.
Strawberry, did you, like my video of my fishing rod, my phone died, so I couldn't get a photo of it, and it was 400 plus pounds.
400 pounds? Yes, I did like your video of your fishing rod. I saw that. You were just letting it play out. So tell us the story. How did you get the fish? Oh, wow. You had to walk home many miles? Okay. Yes, yeah, I saw that. All right, okay, this is about a minute. So basically, when you're making angel food cake, the idea is you want there to be lots of air in your cake mix. Here we go. Now I'm just gonna take a scraper here. Clean
I used
that.
a balloon and sent it out a few hundred meters. Then a massive 400 plus.
Wow. Oh, so you can use a balloon to drop your lure. Whoa, I'd never thought of that. I don't go fishing that often. I've done like basic fishing, but not that much. All right, so I'm gonna take this and put it in the sink, because otherwise it's gonna drip. Oh, that's my 20 minutes for my eggs. Rats, I chatted too long. Okay,
Pound Smooth Ray picked it up. I used an Atlantic salmon head for bait. It's about the size of my gans.
Now, what did you do with this 400-pound ray? Can you eat a ray? So what I'm gonna do is take 1 test egg after 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go over to the cold water in my sink, and I'm going to run this egg underneath cold water. enjoyed the movie. Yeah, the last Mario movie was pretty good. It's great to see video games making it into the mainstream and being a part of pop culture. So I am cooling one egg. This is my test egg. I want to see if this one is done all the way on the inside. So what I'm gonna do...
You can't eat them. You have to send them back, but they're too big to reach over their head, to hit us with his tail.
Uh-oh, we've just gotten the camera all steamy.
So we just sent him home.
Turn off the water. Oh, wow. Okay, yes. Don't give us spoilers. Don't give us spoilers, Pepsi Train. Whoa, but that's still pretty cool that you caught one. Okay, I'm going to do this over the garbage can. So, what I'm doing, I just took the egg, I tapped it a bit. Oh, it's not quite done yet. Okay. It's still soft on the inside. So I am going to give these eggs just a little bit longer, because it's not quite ready yet. Well, I am really glad that you enjoyed it,
I
Pepsi
fish for
Train.
them and get 1 in 10 times normally, and 2-hour-plus fights. It's so fun.
Oh wow! It's a 2-hour fight to get the fish. Okay. Oh, I know why. Okay, got it. So, remember how I set an alarm for 20 minutes and then I was like really confused when I thought I heard an alarm go off? I must have heard something else. Like the reason why the egg wasn't ready yet. Oops, you guys can't see this. The reason why the eggs weren't ready yet is because they still have 5 minutes left to go.
Ray picked.
I have no idea how I messed that up so badly. But anyway, eggs back on. Let's get back to the cake. I was like, whoa, time just flew. I thought I would have plenty of time to do this. And I just heard like some phantom alarm thinking that the eggs were done when they were not. That's my fault. Okay, so now we have our bowl full of angel food cake mix and our angel food cake pan. Oops, I hit my mic. So yes, I am not a professional cooking streamer. I am a professional mom streamer. And so, this probably doesn't look as pretty as the way some people do it. But I'm just showing you guys all the steps, not leaving anything out. What is this? There must have been something in my bowl. Okay. Showing you all the steps, not leaving anything out. So I'm just spooning, what is this? Spatulaing, dolloping the angel food cake mix into the angel food cake pan. There
I sent a photo
go.
of what I caught. If anyone wants to see, it's just Google, but it's close enough.
Oh, yeah, I do want to see it. Okay, is the photo in the Discord?
IRL.
Yeah. So it took you 2 hours to get that in. Wow. Now that is a fish fight.
Art and pets.
All right. So now I'm just trying to get as much angel food cake batter into the angel food cake pan as I can. There we go. And then angel food cakes, because of the way they've got fluffy air, they don't like get flat the way other cakes do. So I'm just kind of making it flat with my spatula here. There we go. Just like that. Because it will not move around in the oven. What you see is what you get. So all these little spots here, those are going to be like little burn spots later. Just going to scrape those off with my finger. All right. I did wash my hands before getting started. There we go. Poisonous? Ew, yeah, you don't want to eat something that's poisonous. Okay, get every last bit into the pan because angel food cake mix tastes a whole lot better cooked than uncooked. And now I'm just gonna wiggle that just a little bit to get it kind of flat on the top because the flat parts, the parts that poke up will wind up a little bit burned. Okay, so there we have it. Can you see this? Angel food cake! Put the angel food cake in the oven. Oh, that must have been the alarm I heard. Was the oven preheating? And I thought it meant the eggs were done. Oh, okay. Well, now we know. Now we know. All right. So bake as directed in chart. So this is a 10 by 4 angel food tube pan. 37 to 47 minutes. So we'll set the alarm.
I've got to go now. See you, Strawberry. Have a nice stream. And don't forget to mail me some cake.
See you later. I do not mail out cake, but I will be mailing out blankets. I am working on getting blankets officially made.
Also, please send a photo in the art and pets.
Yes. Okay, let's see here. I have a cloth for wiping the camera.
The camera's fogged up still.
Yep. Okay. Is that still fogged up? Okay, let me move this over. Oh, I know what I can do. How about that? Try to get it so that turn on the noisemaker. I don't know if you guys can hear the noise. There we go. Okay, now our 20 minutes is up. Hopefully our eggs will actually be done this time. Yeah, usually the whole 20 minutes thing, it just works. You put cold water in and you turn on the heat and you let it go for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes, your eggs are done. But always do one test egg first, just in case you're, listening to the wrong timer by accident. Okay, so let me turn that off. I know this is hard to see, but I've taken out one sacrificial egg. I'm gonna cool this in cold water. Go. Get it nice and cold. So when you're cooling eggs, you want to take them from boiling to cold as fast as possible. And that will make it easier to take the shells off. But the main thing that makes it easier to take the shells off is just going ahead and using old eggs. Now in other countries, I know they don't always keep their eggs refrigerated, so I'm not sure how long your eggs last. But basically, you want to use eggs that are just at the end of their useful lifespan when you make hard-boiled eggs, because then it's a whole lot easier to take the skins off. Or the shells. All right, so here we go. Egg. Hopefully, this time, it'll be done and not overdone. Yeah, that feels a lot more solid. So I just kind of pat it a few times, and then my spoon dropped on the floor. Let me wash that. Okay. So then I take a spoon and I put the spoon just under the shell. Like that. And now I'm just kind of rotating it around. Now, I love these spoons. We got these spoons at Macy's shortly after we were married. And I was originally really upset at Long Arms for buying them because he spent so much money on silverware. And, you know, you can get silverware practically for free at the Goodwill. I mean, it's like 25 cents each. And so I was so upset at him at first for buying all these really nice pieces of silverware when we were first starting out. Uh-oh. My camera fell down. Ah. Let's see. Yikes. Long Arms, can I get your help for a second? I need an additional hand. Because this is going to fall down. All the steam was not good for the tape that I had taping up the camera. I'm going to try to balance it here. There we go. Can you just hold this right in position like that while I get the tape? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. More tape.
I may consider 3D printing a.
A camera holder for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a fun project. Okay.
Maybe after stream.
Yes. All right.
Tape will fix it.
Oh. Uh-oh. The tape is not sticking because of all the steam. Hold on. Yeah. I think I need to use a washcloth to try that. Well, let's see. Is that going to hold?
Seems like.
There we go. Yay. Okay. Excellent. Okay. My apologies, chat. Yeah, like I said, I am not a professional cooking streamer. Okay, so where were we? We have an egg that is out of its shell. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to take a knife and slice it in half. And hopefully all the rest of them didn't overcook while I was doing this. Oh, yes. Perfect. This is what it should look like. Basically, completely finished on the inside, but not yet green around the edges. So that is what we want. We want either no little yellow, like parts that aren't hard, that are still soft. Oh, the camera's cutting off again. Okay, so we want either no yellow parts, or we want just one little teeny tiny dot in the middle. Because they will keep cooking for a little bit after they go. Uh-oh, this is coming off again. There we go. Okay. Try that. Alright, so now I'm going to take the eggs with some hot pads here. Take the eggs over to my kitchen sink. Dump out most of the water. Not all the water, because then I would lose the eggs as well. Add cold water. Add ice. The trick is you want to get them cold with ice water as fast as possible. show this. There they are. There we go, cold water with ice. So, to review, the steps for making deviled eggs. You put, I would say fresh eggs, except old eggs. Eggs that are just about to go bad but haven't gone bad yet, in water that just barely covers them. Put them on the stove. Turn on the stove on high. Let it sit for 20 minutes exactly, not 15. And yeah, that is a lot of ice, but it'll melt down pretty quickly. We want these guys to get nice and cold, nice and quickly. So put them on the stove, 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, take out a test egg, cut it in half, make sure it is done, and then once you know that the test egg is done, take all the eggs and get them really cold really quickly. So put them in ice water, basically until the ice melts, and then like I can reach in and I can feel, this is not really that warm anymore, but it's not cold yet either. So I am going to dump out this water and then add a little bit more ice water. 81 streams. Oh my goodness. And the hydrate. Just a second. Uh-oh, and my camera is starting to fall off again. No. Okay, let me add cold water.
10 squats, everybody.
And more ice. Cold water, more ice, and let me fix the camera, and then I will do 10 more squats and 10 more push-ups. Okay. At least this time the tape is within arm's reach. Okay. Let's try this again. Take that one off. Yes, not a professional cooking streamer. Do try this at home. Okay, step one, I'm going to tape the cord in place. Okay. There we go. Step two, get a nice long piece of tape. Go. Oops, don't tape over the actual camera part. There we go. Uh-oh. Did the camera freeze? Oh no. We might have to remove and re-add the source. Okay. Alright, there we go. Camera. Well, let's see here. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yes, the camera is frozen. Too much ice. Okay, well, let me finish getting it taped up. This happened just before stream started as well. And the way I had to fix it before stream started was I quit OBS and went back into OBS. But that wouldn't exactly work while I'm streaming live. So let me see what I can play with settings-wise to get this to turn back on. But first, let me take it back in position. Okay. Yes, when in doubt, reboot. That's why stream was late, because it froze while I was getting stream set up, and I had to try things to get it to fix. Okay. Well, I can't tell. Yeah, I can sort of tell if that's not aimed right. Okay. There we go. That we'll have to do. Let me try another piece of tape. Ah, everything's too steamy. My tape isn't sticking. Oh, I know what I could do. I could try taping it to the clamp instead of to the wood. That might work better. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, I think that'll stay, but now, yeah, now I gotta try to figure out, well, okay, let me try, unplug and replug the camera. Let's see if that helps. Nope, that definitely does not help. Next, I could try, where's the source? Okay, source properties. Haha! There we go. I clicked and unclicked the deactivate when not showing button, and that did it. Okay, well, you've got a little bit more of my kitchen than intended, but it's all right. Yes, StrawberryGS leg reveal. Okay. Now, where were we? Okay, we have now cooled our eggs. The eggs are nice and cool. Next step, remove them from the cold water. So, to review, to make deviled eggs, you take the eggs, you put them in water, you heat them for 20 minutes, and then you cool them. It's really all there is to it. Now I'm just taking them out of the water, getting them dry. I'm going to take off the shells so they don't have to be perfectly dry. Mostly I just don't like the feeling of having my fingers wet while I'm working with eggshells. But there we go. Take these out. And dry them off. Like that. There we go. Oh, and we're no longer producing lots of steam, so let's turn off the annoying noise. I don't know how much of the noise suppression got rid of that and how much you guys could hear, but it's off now. That's the important part. Okay. Get this out of the way. So, what we're going to do now is take the shells off of this dozen minus 1 eggs. Yeah, it's a baker's dozen is considered 12 plus 1, 13. But what is 12 minus 1 for the one that we opened up too early? Is there a special word for 11 eggs? Chicken's dozen? Oh, hey, well, I'm glad you're here. Glad you are enjoying it. Yay. Yeah, so this is something you can totally do. And removing the shells from an egg is one of those skills. It kind of takes practice, but
Maxi, subscribe to the main StrawberryGS YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you so much for the sub. All right. Yes, and for those people watching on YouTube, don't forget, if YouTube pretty much, I can't see the YouTube chat at all, so be sure to use !TTS and then your message to do text-to-speech over on YouTube. And these eggs, they're old enough. Like, as I said, when I bought them, they had a March 18th, like sell by March 18th. And for the historical record, it is now April 4th. So these are fairly old eggs. And with old eggs, it's just really easy to get them to come out of their shell. You just take the spoon and you slide the spoon around and they come out of the shell. With newer eggs, then it sticks. And it is a pain in the neck to get them out of the shell when you use fresh eggs. So I have learned this the hard way. Yeah, there was a time my friend told me that the secret was you have to take them from the boiling water straight into ice cold water, and that's what makes them easy to get out of the eggs. And so I thought, okay, well, sure, I'll do that. And there was one year for Easter when we were having a large number of kids. This is when my son was like 4. And we were having a large number of kids, where large is like 4 kids, over to dye Easter eggs on the Saturday before Easter. And so I needed to make a lot of eggs, and I had only purchased 2 dozen eggs, and I realized at the last minute I was going to need 4 dozen eggs. And so I ended up making a whole lot of deviled eggs all in one day, and I mixed the old eggs and the new eggs as I was boiling them. Then I boiled them all together in several different pots, all on the stove. I had like 3 burners going, boiling eggs, but I had old ones and new ones in each pot. And then I cooled them all exactly the same. Old eggs and new eggs together, exact same cooling method, exact same heating method, exact same types of eggs. They were all Costco eggs. It's just some of them were 2 weeks old and some of them were purchased the day before. When it came time to take the shells off, some of them really stuck and some of them were really easy to get off. And then I was like, ha ha, science! Now I know. I have run the experiment. The important thing is not how quickly and how cold you cool the eggs afterwards. The important thing is how old were the eggs before you started. So that is my learning. It matters how old your eggs are.
Strawberry.
Yes, the old ones were easier.
V-S-A-U-C-E, shocked face.
Strawberry Vsauce. Yeah. Well, we'll see how much fun we're having at the end of the stream. I could make some strawberry sauce. It is so this year for Easter, then we're getting together at my parents' house, and I am in charge of bringing the deviled eggs and also the dessert. So I am going to make angel food cake, which you see I am in the process of making. So I am going to make angel food cake, and I am going to make a cheesecake, and I'm going to have strawberry sauce that goes over the angel food cake and the cheesecake. So the cheesecake I have previously made on stream. I think I might not have previously made it on stream. You guys will have to go back and search my stream history to tell me whether or not I have previously made a cheesecake on stream. But cheesecake, it takes a little bit longer. I wasn't going to make that at the same time. But the strawberry sauce, if we're having fun today, I still need to make strawberry sauce before Sunday. So if we're having fun, I could make that on stream if you guys are interested in seeing how to make strawberry sauce. Ooh, cat face. You'll have to tell me what cat face means. Does cat face mean you want to see me make strawberry sauce? All right, these are now all shelled. Let me clean up the shells that fell on the stove here. All right, clean, clean, clean. Clean as you go, they say, and then there's not too much to clean up at the end. So what I'm gonna do next is I am gonna get another fresh plate.
Might want to wipe off the camera. Looks like condensation, maybe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Actually, I've got my special camera wipe here. All right. Yeah, and the camera is getting loose again. There is definitely condensation up here. Okay. There we go. How's that? Oh, did it freeze again? You're right, it did. But now I know what buttons to push to unfreeze it. Webcam.
It is frozen.
Properties. Deactivate when not showing. There we go. How about that? How about that? Actually, what if I leave that box unchecked? Maybe it won't freeze again in the future. All right, yay! We have camera working. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to take my eggs and I'm going to take them over to the sink and rinse all the little bits of eggshell that didn't come 100% off. I'm gonna rinse those off real quick. There we go, and put these onto the fresh plate with no eggshells on it. And I'm going to try to go around my keyboard so that I do not get water dripping on my nice keyboard. Whee! Eggs. Oh, and hello over on YouTube. Now that I'm standing by the sink, I can see YouTube. Yeah, no, I don't do face reveals. Yes, I do have one sort of masked face reveal available as a short, or not as a short, as a members only video. Then it's me in the airport, and that is a members only video. There we go. Yes, and if I am ignoring you over on YouTube especially, because of where the YouTube window is, it's hard to read YouTube chat, then please use the exclamation point TTS for the text-to-speech, and then I can hear you. And I know you said something. Okay. Oh, I guess I ought to bring this one over too. All right, we now have our dozen minus one eggs, and I'm going to briefly dry these. Dry the eggs. Get them nice and dry. Dry the plate so that they don't get wet again. There we go. Yeah, you know, I'm not paranoid about it.
Push up.
Mostly, I just don't want people recognizing me in the grocery store and coming up and wanting pictures. In real life, then I prefer not to, I don't want to be a big famous streamer. Like, I do not want the famous lifestyle. I mean, some people really want that, where, you know, you go out to a bar and people will buy you drinks just because you're famous. That is not what I want in life. I would like to be a normal person. Thank you very much. All right. 10 push-ups, 10 squats. No. I use this same cloth to wipe off the condensation at the place where my camera is taped up, and now I have like little bits of particle board on my drying cloth. Okay, here we go! 10 squats! Let's do it! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! And 10 push-ups. Whoa! The floor is slippery. Okay, 10, 9. Let me dry the floor because my feet are like literally slipping out from under me from where the dripping eggs got on the floor. Okay, clean the floor. Let's try this again. Okay, 10 push-ups, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Real proof that Strawberry
3,
does the squats and
2,
push-ups.
1. Yes. Although those were like the worst push-ups ever because my hands, I don't know if you could see them or not, but my hands were like slowly sliding. I had to keep my body totally centered over my hands. Yes, I really do. And thank you guys for keeping your streamer strong. It is so hard to force yourself to do exercise. Like, really hard. Now these, you can see the other bit, because we had the little incident with the camera, these got a little bit hard. So they're, I don't know if you can see it, it's the tiniest bit of green. If your egg has a little green on the edges, that means that you cooked it just a little too long. So the first one is fine, but the rest of them have a little bit of green. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting all of these in half. And when you're cutting them in half, for the most part, it doesn't matter where you cut them. But if the egg yolk is really far to one side or the other, then when you cut it, here, I'll show you with this one. See how this is nice and even on the left side and on the right side? So that's how you want it. You want it even, but sometimes the yolks are not exactly evenly centered in the middle of the egg. And if that's the case, then when you're making deviled eggs, if you can't tell, then it doesn't matter. But if you can tell, so where's one where it matters? Like this one, for example. I can just kind of tell by looking at it and feeling the egg that this yolk is a little bit to the left side here. And so when you cut it in half, if you want the egg to be centered on the egg to make a nice deviled egg for showing off and not be all the way to one side or the other, then you'll want to do it such that when you cut it in half, cut it with the yolk either all the way to the left or all the way to the right. And that will make it either deep in the cup or shallow in the cup, which is just right. So that it still remains centered side to side. There we go. And let me get my bowl. So this one, it just stuck to the knife, and that was going to be my next step anyway, is to put the yolks in the bowl. And my plate's getting a little crowded, so this is just a little thing for holding eggs. I got this at the 99-cent store for $1 plus tax, which is like $1. Well, okay, I got it for 99 cents plus tax, which is like $1.09 where we live, because we live in an area that has a really high tax rate, 10%. Although I guess those of you who live in VAT countries, then you pay like 10 or 20% on your stuff. It's just, it shows up in the price itself. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if it shows up in the price, then, you know, at least you know how much your item's gonna cost in advance. When I was little, the tax rate was, in California, was like, well, at first it was 7.5%, and then it was 8.25%. It was 8.25% sales tax for the longest time, but now it's like 9.75%, 10.25% in some places. And you know, when it's 9 cents on a little Easter egg thing, then that's not so much. But when you're buying a car, that's thousands of dollars. Or can be. There we go. All right. So, oops. I pushed a little too hard on that one, and I broke it. Oh well. That one will be for me. Yeah. Yeah, well, in the US, we kind of had the perfect storm. We had inflation happening, which, you know, it was not a surprise to anybody who's in economics. It was not a surprise at all that we had massive inflation, because basically, during the pandemic, then what happened was the government's like, we need to stop this. We need everybody to stay home and not work. The problem is when you ask people to stay home and not work, Well, then how are they going to survive? Like, people need to be paid so that they can buy food and pay their rent and all that sort of thing. And so the government gave out massive amounts of what's called helicopter money. They just took money and they sprinkled it in helicopters to everyone, no matter what. Now, that isn't literally what they did. Literally what they did was they gave everyone, anyone who had filed taxes, then they gave every single person like a couple of $1,000 and to stay home, basically, and not work. But you didn't even have to stay home. And they gave every business, like, my church got, I think, $50,000 for the church just for free from the government. In exchange, we're supposed to close down, which we did. But it was just massive amounts of free money went out the door. And when that happens, that can't help but cause inflation. And so it's like, who's paying for all this free money? And the answer is that everyone is paying for all that free money, and everyone is paying for the free money in inflation later. But, so that's one thing that was happening. At the same time, there was a massive, here, I'll show you with this one. At the same time, there was a massive bird flu that went across the entire country and killed like thousands and thousands of chicken-laying eggs. And that also caused a shortage. So when you have more money in the system and you have decreased supply and increased demand, then you get increased prices. That's just how economics works. So here we have, on this side, I didn't get this one even, so the egg is more to one side than the other. And I try to avoid that, but, it's not the end of the world. It's okay if that happens. Alrighty. So I have taken all the yolks out of these eggs. That's the next step. So you cool the eggs, you take the shells off the eggs, and then you put the egg yolks into a bowl. Major steps here. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. Move that over, bring this closer. And then it's time for the forks. You take the eggs and you fork them up. Now, if you have overcooked your eggs, which as you can see here, see how they're, oops, can I get that to focus? Please focus. Camera, please. Yes. Maybe, no, it's too, well, okay, there it is. But you can see how they're kind of a little bit green. Then if they're overcooked like that and a little bit green, then it's a little harder to fork them. But it's okay. These are not very overcooked. They're just a little bit overcooked. There's a wide range that works. But if you take the first egg out at exactly 20 minutes and the rest of them out a few minutes after that, you will be okay. Oops, and did I just hear the oven telling me to check on the angel food cake? Okay, let me finish forking these. Well, actually, I should just check on it. Let me just check on it. Ooh, looks good, but not done yet. Let's see here. How can I show you guys what that looks like? I can take a picture of it, and then I'll put it in this part. There we go. Picture. Oh, actually, I could also show, let's see here. Like that, does that work? Can't really see that very well. That is the picture. Let me try it like this. There we go. That's the picture of the cake. So it's not quite done, but do you see how it puffed up all the way out of the pan? It was like halfway in the pan before we started, and now it has puffed up all the way out of the top of the pan. Oh, right. Set a timer so I don't forget to take that out. So it needs like 5 more minutes, I'd say. It's starting to get brown on the top, but it's not very brown yet. Angel food cakes, you have to cook all the way for sure. Some things like brownies, I like my brownies kind of soft and almost, you know, very undercooked, not cooked all the way, still mushy. Some people like theirs hard and crispy, which is fine, but I like my brownies mushy. Angel food cake is not good mushy. If it's still mushy, then it will collapse, and that is not what you want. Okay, so we take our eggs, we fork them up really good. Like this. Just fork, fork, fork. Use the back of a fork to get all the big pieces out. And if there's big pieces left, especially if you overcooked them, then that'll make the next step a little bit harder, where you're trying to fill the deviled eggs. There we go. Okay. Eggs are now nice and crumbly. Show these. Nice and crumbly eggs like that. Now, oops, why did I do that? Now I got my spoon dirty. Oh, I've got a spare spoon. Now, this is very much a to-taste recipe. So, for 12 eggs, add approximately a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. I like to add 1 big scoop. Let's see here. Let me get a 1/4 cup and measure this and see how close to a 1/4 cup it is. I think of this as being about a 1/4 cup. Let's see. Okay, this is slightly less than a 1/4 cup for a dozen eggs. But about a 1/4 cup is right, so I might end up adding a little bit more. And this is just a to-taste recipe. The ones at the grocery store, they have so much mayonnaise. I think they're kind of disgusting, actually. It's just way too loose and watery for me, and way too mayonnaise-y. So it very much depends on what you personally like. And the way your mother made it is probably the way that you are going to like it best. And this is the way that my mother made it. So that's the way I'm gonna make it. Okay, so there we go. 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Roughly. And then approximately the same amount of mayonnaise as pickle relish. Just put that there. And I might need to add a little bit more of the mayonnaise. We'll see. And again, this is just like I squeeze it in until it looks right. Very much to taste. The pickle relish adds a little bit of moisture to the mixture, as does the mayonnaise. And the pickle relish adds a little bit of saltiness to it. So the saltiness comes from the pickle relish. And again, I measured now to show you guys how much I'm using, but normally I don't measure. I just kind of like squirt in a bunch until it looks right. Clean that off. And just stir it all around. And then this looks like it's not quite soft enough. Like I want it to be squishy so that I can squish it out of my my filler, but not so squishy that it tastes gross. This might be okay, but I think I want just a squeeze more pickle relish and a squeeze more mayonnaise. Like that much more pickle relish and a little bit more mayonnaise. Like small dollop. This is literally, well, okay, if it was flat, it was a teaspoon. This spoon is literally a tablespoon. There we go. That is a tablespoon. So a quarter cup plus a tablespoon. That's how much I'm using. Alrighty. Stir that all up. For 1 dozen eggs. And again, this is very much to taste. You can do more or less. If you're almost running out of mayonnaise, you know, a little bit less would be fine. Here we go. Okay, now let me add some spices. So I like to use something called Beau Monde. As I said earlier, this is onion and garlic and salt pretty much, and a little bit of sugar. So if you don't have Beau Monde especially, then you can add like a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and I just kind of sprinkle it on until it sort of mostly covers the mixture. Oh, and that's my timer to check on the cake. Okay, stir this in so it can start getting incorporated. And then let's check on the cake. Almost. Okay, the cake is almost done. I'm gonna put it in for another 2 minutes. Like, one part of it is done at the top, but one part of it still needs a little bit more time. And with angel food cakes, they're better to be a little overdone than a little underdone. Because when they're overdone, like, you don't want it to get, like, black and burned. But if it just gets a little bit browner on the outsides, then that doesn't affect the flavor or make the cake any worse. And usually when you have an angel food cake, then you'll put something with it, like strawberry juices, so the cake itself is not too dry. Alrighty, here we go. Eggs. Nice and smooth and creamy deviled eggs. There we go. And this is the phase where normally I would taste it and see how it tastes. But today is Good Friday, which is one of the few fast days in my religious calendar. So I will not actually be eating these until after, well, there's like a church service at 7 o'clock, and then after that is breakfast time, or dinner time, as the case may be, and I will have some of these for dinner. So now, how do you get the egg mixture into the eggs? So you could either do it, you know, the A way that works is you can just take like a little scoop of egg and just kind of put it in.
Hello.
Like that. This works. Hello. Hello.
Did I let sound out?
Oops, I hear. Yeah, the sound sounds kind of weird. I'm not sure why. All right, so you could do it that way, and this looks okay. It doesn't look fancy though, and I like for Easter, because it's a special day, I like things to look fancy. Oh, gotta check on the cake again. I like things to look fancy. Okay, is the cake done? I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Okay. All right. So, to make this look fancy, we are going to use a pastry bag. Now, if you don't have a pastry bag, you can also just use in fact, I'm going to be demonstrating using a plastic bag after this. And the way pastry bags work is there's like this little circle fits on top of this coupling here. I think this is called a pastry bag coupling. And so this part here gets put into the pastry bag all the way down to the bottom. Like that. So now I have squished this all the way down to the bottom. And now I am going to take a pair of scissors and score right along this edge right there. So scissors. And I'm just going to roll this forward and back. And then pull this off like that. Pull the top off. Now I'm going to put on my fancy top, which I got out in advance and set underneath where the masking tape is. So this is Wilton number 32 head. You can buy these at the grocery store for like $2 or $3. And the pastry bags, they come in batches of 100, but they're like 25 cents each. Well, okay, that's a pre-pandemic number. I have no idea how much they cost now. Pre-pandemic, they were like 25 cents. Now they'd probably be like 50 cents each. And they're disposable. You could also buy the non-disposable kind. But there we go, pastry bag. And then turn it inside out. Oh, and my timer's going off again. This time, the cake is finished. It will be done. I have so declared. Let me show it to you guys. Oh, right. Okay. Well. Angel food cake! But the important thing about angel food cake is that after you take it out, this is an absolutely critical step. And I should have made more space earlier. You have to put it upside down. So, I'm gonna get 3 mugs here. And now turn this upside down. It must cool upside down. Like you can see, it's falling already. As I watch, it used to be kind of poofing out sideways out the top of the pan. Now it's just level with the pan. So, an angel food cake will fall if you don't let it cool upside down. So there we go. Oh, and a hydrate. There we go. Let me do my hydrate. Thank you. Never eat food at AMC, no matter how good it is. Uh-oh. Well, I hope you're feeling better now. Okay, anyway, so now we have our angel food cake that is cooling. And we have our, where is it? Here it is. Our pastry bag and our eggs. So there's the eggs, here's the pastry bag. And I'm going to, so I've taken the pastry bag, I've turned it kind of half inside out. So let me demonstrate that again. So take pastry bag, turn it inside out about halfway. And then I'm just gonna take the biggest scoop I can of devil food yolk mix, stick that spoon way down on the inside, and then this is kind of it takes a little practice to figure out how to do it, but I'm just gonna pinch with my thumb and finger and squish the egg off of the spoon down into the pastry bag. Now this stuff, again, it's totally optional. This, using a spoon to fill it, totally edible egg. This one will taste exactly the same as the ones that I'm about to make, but the ones that I'm about to make just look so much prettier and fancier, and it's like, for about $3 worth of equipment, that being the tip, you can make your eggs just look that much nicer. And for a fancy meal like Easter, like if somebody invites you over to Easter dinner and you want to be fancy, or if you're going to a potluck or you're going to a friend's house and you say, what can I bring? And they say, bring an appetizer. Well, you could do this because it's easy, but it looks all fancy. So I am just squeezing. Let's see here. Get this up there. Come on, focus, focus. All right, so I'm just squeezing and I'm kind of pushing it against that edge of the egg. And basically, as it poofs out, get this squished down a little bit more. So as it poofs out, like I'm leaving my finger in the same place, and then until it's kind of like I get pushed back by the yellow that's coming out. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not, I'm not laying down a track like this. I'm not pulling my egg away too fast. I am pushing it and I'm letting it squirt out. And then once it's squirted all the way out, then I'm pulling slightly back. It's as though I'm letting it push my egg back. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I'm explaining it. And I'll do the rest of these a little lower down because it's just so much easier. And I find that, well, yes, it is a little bit of extra work to make the whole pastry bag thing. When you're filling these, it's so much faster than filling it one at a time with a spoon that it's worth it if you have the equipment. Now, if you don't have the equipment, I was gonna show the poor man's pastry bag. So let me finish this set of fancy pink ones. Oops, there's air in my system. Oh well. It'll come out on its own. There it goes. Now the air has squirted out. Say, excuse me, pastry bag. Oh, my parents are the worst. When my son was little, he went to go visit Grandma and Grandpa, and he is a little bit flatulent, and my mom says, now what do you say? And my dad says, well, that was a big one. You're supposed to say, excuse me, after you're flatulent, Grandpa. Okay, good night, Colgasp. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. There we go. Deviled eggs, and if you want to see how it finishes off really quickly, to finish it off, you sprinkle a little bit of paprika over the top. And then they're really fancy. There we go. Deviled eggs complete. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is demonstrate what if you don't have a pastry bag. Well, you can. Now, this is a little bit harder to do, definitely, because it's not made for it. But what you can do is use just a regular bag. Now, you could, if you have the coupling, but not the pastry bag, you could do the coupling thing into the corner of this, and it works well enough. But if you don't have the coupling and you don't have a pastry bag, but you do have just any old ordinary plastic bag, you can fill that. There we go. Like that, like so. I'm going to lose this with all the air out. There we go. And then just take that and snip off the corner. So you can kind of see, maybe I have snipped off the corner. So now I can use this, and it doesn't make the same star shape, but it does make it pretty easy to fill the eggs. And I think this is still easier to fill than doing it with a spoon. And you can kind of go back and forth, so kind of like make your big log just go slide to side like that. And this is another way. It's cheaper. It still looks pretty. These still look like pretty fancy eggs. The main thing is basically as you're filling, make sure that you don't want to just make one log straight across. You kind of like push on it and wiggle it side to side to make it look nice and fancy. Whee! Push and wiggle, push and wiggle. Let me see if I can give you guys a close-up of the end here. Push and wiggle like that. And then we're running out of egg material right about as we run out of eggs. Perfect. And then my daughter doesn't like the inside. She only likes the egg whites, so I usually leave 1 or 2 for her that are undone. But she's not here, so there, we'll get the last little bit. Squish! Last little bit of this. Last little bit of this. Last little bit from the fancy one. There we go. And you can see that even though the eggs originally, like the yellow part only filled half the egg, but there's enough by the time you've added the, both stirred it, which added air to the mixture, and added all of the additions like the mayonnaise and the pickle relish, then it kind of poofs up, and there's enough to do all of them like that. And then sprinkle with paprika. Just sprinkle paprika. There we go. Nice and fancy deviled eggs. And I think Colacasp is gone. I think I'm gonna call it for the day. Good to see you all. Hey, Winnie. Hello. All right. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Let's do the outro music. So here we have 1 dozen deviled eggs. Enjoy. And I will put the recipe in the Discord in case anybody wants to make these at home. If you make them, let me know how they turned out. Okay, let's see here. Let me say goodbye on YouTube. And then we'll look for who to raid.